Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to do a summary and review of the Salvage Porsche Boxster build. In my interim videos you saw where I added wheels and headlights and things of that nature, and today I'm just going to kind of sum it all up, and because I think I'm near the end of what I actually want to do with the car, especially cosmetically. Obviously mechanically you're never really done when you're working with a 20+ year old car. There are some things that I've done already that I'll discuss, and some things that I want to do that I'll cover during the course of the video. So let's talk about the things that you guys are probably already aware of. One of the things when I wanted to do when I first bought the car was get new wheels. And so I was fortunate to find these wheels that the dismantler listed as being off of a 2001 Porsche Boxster, so I wasn't concerned about fitment. And when I inquired, there was no indication that they had required the utilization of spacers. The offsets were correct for a Boxster. And so I went ahead and purchased them online. And when they came, they were indeed a perfect fit. And I'm very satisfied with the fitment as well as the look on my car. Clearly, the large polished lip, I think, is a very nice touch on the car, and the painted blue center goes well with the blue canvas top on my Porsche. So there was that. I also took the time to touch up my calipers and get a new set of Porsche stickers to just, update the look, and didn't want to have, rusty brake dust covered calipers with the brand new wheels. And along with that, because soon after I purchased the car, I noticed that the brake light had come on. So I took the time to buy a really inexpensive set of cross drilled and slotted rotors, front and rear, from also off of eBay, and had them all changed out, front and rear. I am not going to list the manufacturer because I'm not advising necessarily anyone go this route for something like this. Although probably for brakes, I should have maybe thought about the safety of going with an off-brand rotors and brake pads. But so I'm going to keep that to myself and let everybody make their own decisions about that. I'm just talking about I'm just giving you guys a summation of what I've done, and not necessarily making recommendations on anything. If you're curious about it, you can always inquire in the comments, and I'm more than happy to give a response. One of the big things that you can do to update the look of your Boxster, obviously, is to change out to these aftermarket LED headlights. My set was half the price of what they retail for normally. They go for about $1,000. I got mine for actually less than half because they were $400. So that was really inexpensive, and because of the size of these headlights, nothing I think makes a big as difference. I mean, if you're not changing the front end and adding aftermarket, spoilers and things of that sort, as much as updating the headlights. It takes a lot of years off the car when you update the headlights, because these are crystal clear, and mine are a muted sort of color, so it goes well with the seal gray factory paint on my car, and I'm very happy about that. And the practical consideration is the lighting is substantially greater than my factory headlights. So moving along, something that I've just done recently is install a Joe Toth spoiler on my car. I've always liked the look of these spoilers, and that was something that I had planned on doing pretty much as soon as I bought the car. I thought one of the things I wanted to do was see if I can get a hold to one of these Joe Toth aftermarket spoilers. Again, I bought one that was used. Cost me about 120 bucks because it was used and cracked, and I had to epoxy it back together, sand it down for painting, and then install it on the car. The installation could not be simpler. Very simple install. It takes very little time to put it on. Anyone can do it themselves. Uh, Obviously, the biggest time-consuming part of it was prepping it for paint and painting it. The installation itself took no time at all. So there was that. The car came with these nice aftermarket smoked taillights, which go along with my headlights for a updated look, and definitely are in line with the whole idea of trying to update the look of the car, and they go quite well with the headlights. Something I've done recently is add the infamous eBay exhaust, which I make no claims for the addition of power, but it certainly sounds nice. And at least in the newer stages of ownership, I have found that I have little to no drone. That may change as the internals of the muffler wear out a little bit. I'm not sure what's going to happen with that, but for now, they have been just fine. So, sorry, that's my 10-pound guard dog there making noise. So that is it. I think, oh, yes, the interior. I think I showed you guys before that I had those awful cracked and broken gray seats in the car, and now I have fresh black leather seats in the interior. They look much better. I also got Boxster, or Porsche rather, carpets for the car. The car did not have these black mats. I bought those used as well from a really great guy up in Hemet, as well as the trunk lid that I purchased from him. He gave me a great deal. I think it was $150, maybe? No. Yeah, maybe $150 for the lid and the mats, and that was a great deal. I've installed an aftermarket Bluetooth stereo in the car for some sound, and things are looking good in the interior now. So no complaints there, for sure. The car came with the aftermarket glass top. Not sure when it was installed, but by the look of it, it's in really nice condition. So I don't imagine that it's too old. The car also came with a nicely done tint job all the way around, front and sides. And the corner lenses, I also installed those. And those were, I think, $40 on eBay. So not much for those at all. And I think that is it. So I want to tell you guys, I've only had the car for, I think I'm going into my 4th month now. And I think I've been able to achieve quite a bit in 4 months' time from where it was to where it is now. And I'm very happy with the look of the car. And I think it just goes to show that if you buy a car that is mechanically sound, you can build up yourself a pretty nice looking Boxster for not a whole lot of money. I didn't mention the fact that my eBay muffler was also something that I was able to pick up off of, I believe it was OfferUp, and somebody had one that had never been installed for $100. They only cost $200, and I got mine for $100. Just scouring the Porsche Boxster parts list, and that's how I was able to get that. It's such a great deal. So, all in all, I'd say that I have spent just a few $100s, maybe. This whole build has cost me, oh, well, if you include the wheels, the whole build has cost me about $1,200 for everything I've done, including the install of the brakes, the wheels, certain things that I've done myself. And I think $1,200 is pretty darn cheap, all things considered. The paint job on the rear bumper was just a matter of ordering the paint from a company called Express Paint, and I was able to do that myself, saving money on that. I did the trunk lid myself, and obviously saved a lot of money. Not necessarily thrilled with the way the trunk lid came out, but it's fair, I'd say, and at 10 yards, or 10 feet rather, it probably looks pretty decent. So I'm okay with it, and at some point I'll probably go and get it, sprayed properly. But for now, it's fine. On the Porsche letters, obviously, the Boxster letters I already had from a previous car for the bottom portion of the, I don't know if you guys can see it, of the Joe Toth spoiler, and I purchased the block letters, Porsche letters, off of eBay for probably $40. So yeah, so that is the story with it, guys. I hope that the series of videos has encouraged you guys who might be on the fence about buying one, even one that's not necessarily in the best cosmetic condition. As long as you've got a clean body, obviously, and no obvious, body damage and things of that nature. But they can be brought back up to a pretty decent condition if you just, look out for bargains and scour the secondhand market for certain things and do some of the work yourself. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this series of videos. I really have enjoyed putting this car together. I am having a great time driving this car. And some of the things that I'll be doing in the future, I will report back on, but there won't be things that, you can see. I'm due a tune-up and an oil change and things of that nature. So thanks for coming along with me on this build. I would love to get your feedback on it, what you guys think of the final result. And hopefully I'll be seeing you guys down the road with future videos. Please do subscribe because there is more content coming. And take care. And thanks for viewing this video.